Yokoso! Welcome to the digital series of NextGen Geijutsuka. This series celebrates the next generation of talented artists who practice a variety of Japanese cultural arts, have made them their own, and play an important role in sharing the beauty of these art forms with the wider world. Our second Geijutsuka, or artist, of our series is Koto musician Isabella Kazuai Lu. Welcome, Isabella. Isabella began taking koto lessons with Shirley Kazuyo Muramoto, who put this series together, in 2005 as part of an after school koto class program at Montclair Elementary School in Oakland. After many years of training, in 2004, Isabella attained her Shihan, or Master Instructor Teaching credentials from the Chikushikai Koto Conservatory in Fukuoka, Japan. At that time, she also on the Koto teacher lineage, starting with Shirley's mother, Kazuko. When Shirley chose her professional name, Kazuyo, she chose the character meaning to continue. When Isabella chose Kazuai, her third chosen character, I, means love, the I in Kazuai. This year, Isabella assisted Shirley with teaching Koto workshops at the Oakland Buddhist Church until our shelter in place restrictions. She looks forward to teaching and helping to preserve Japanese traditional arts for future generations to come. For our first performance, we have Isabella performing a piece entitled Skyline. And stay tuned for a short interview with her afterwards. If you have any questions for Isabella, feel free to put them in via Facebook Live. Hi, I'd like to welcome Isabella Kazuailu to the program tonight. That was a beautiful performance, and it's
Thank
great for you
you.
to great to have you here.
Thanks.
So my first question for you is, who composed Skyline, and what is that piece about to you?
So the composer of Skyline is Sakamoto Ichiro, who is the son of Chikushi Katsuko, um, of the Chikushikai Koto school that I belong to. And this piece is about like driving up a road into the mountains where you could see the sunset and the horizon, and then driving back down. And this piece kind of resonated with me personally because during shelter in place, there was this road up by my parents' house in the Oakland Hills. It's actually called Skyline Boulevard. It's a really like scenic, windy road, and a lot of people go up there just like watch the sunset and stuff. So I would go up there when I was like working from home every week, probably just like get out of the house and kind of just drive up there and get a breath of fresh air and watch the sunset. It's just a really nice view from up there. So I thought, that's kind of how I felt, when I'm playing the song. Yeah,
So
it's like fresh
definitely some
air.
peaceful vibes.
Yes,
Definitely got
definitely.
that from your performance. And Skyline Boulevard is a good thing to conjure in your mind when you're playing it.
Right, right.
And I think, you know, the fact that you started playing the koto in elementary school is really
hmm
amazing. Tell us about the koto as an instrument, and what do you like it and what drew you to it?
So the koto is it's the national instrument of Japan. It falls in the zither family. So you can see it has like a the body is a hollow piece of wood and has 13 strings. It's supposed to represent a dragon. So the wood is like the body of the dragon, and then the bridges, which are those white um, those white things that are holding up the strings, that's supposed to represent the dragon's spine. And I saw Koto for the first time when I was in fifth grade. I was like a little kid, and I think more than anything, it just looked really cool. And it sounded really cool to me. I didn't even know it was a Japanese instrument. I was just like, that is really cool. And so my mom just saw that as an opportunity for me to do another extracurricular activity. And so I just started taking lessons from there. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. I'd never seen anything like it before.
And I think I saw something on your hands. Last week, our calligrapher artist, Kuni, had ink on his hands. But what do you have on your hands there?
Oh, these are the tsume that I play with. So these are what I guess like pluck the strings with. And it makes probably a more just more vibrant noise and just plucking with your fingers, just your bare fingers. So there's one for your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger.
Very cool. What are they made out of?
Originally they were made of ivory, but I think now they're just made of, I think it's plastic, but just some kind of non, just some kind of vegan hard
Yes, animal friendly.
material. Yes.
That's good. Well, we
Yeah.
have some questions from Facebook Live. What is
Okay.
your favorite piece to play?
Oh, I think my favorite piece to play is Tori no Yoni, which is composed by um, it is a Sawai piece, so it's a different school than Chikushi, but it's a very dynamic, a long piece, but it's really dynamic, and it just shows how versatile the koto can be as an instrument. Um, it's a really cool solo piece. I'd like to like record me playing it sometime, just because I think it's a really beautiful song.
Awesome. Well, hopefully, we'll get to hear you play something or play it in the future. We've got a couple
Yeah.
more performances coming up. But my last question for you is, what's next for you in your Koto career?
Well, I definitely want to start teaching at some point in the future, just because I think it's really important to keep this Japanese traditional art, um, to continue that with future generations. And um, Also, just work on transposing modern day songs into Koto music. I've kind of done that during quarantine because I've had a lot of time. So I've done that with a couple songs, but I think that's a good way to draw people's to get people interested in Koto, since um, you wouldn't expect to hear like a song like you'd hear on the radio played on Koto. So
Yes, and your teacher Shirley does that very well too.
yeah, she does.
So you have a great teacher, and we're excited for your next performance, which is actually a duet with another koto player, Isako Kashino, who's based in Sacramento, California. So here is Himawari, or Sunflower.
Kogura Company has been around since 1928. The store has been passed down to generations within the Kogura family. At Kogura Company, you can buy various Japanese items such as flower vases, rice cookers, plates, and so much more. Kogura Company participates in various Japantown events. During the coronavirus pandemic, Kogura Company is going to take longer to open up so we can all remain healthy. When we reopen in the fall, come in and shop at Kogura Company.
In honor of our Bay Area Japantowns, I'd like to welcome a special guest, Richard Kogura, representing the family behind the Kogura Company, a San Jose Japantown staple. Hello, Richard. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being live with us. The Kogura Company, which has been around since 1928 on 6th Street in San Jose, is actually an incredible survivor of history. I think we have a collage of photos of the shop over the years to show that. And you've said that you've only been able to find one other Japanese business that is still in its pre-war location today, which is the Manju shop in Fresno, Kogetsudo.
Yes.
Yes, which I think is really eye-opening. Today, we've seen how challenging the pandemic has been for a lot of small and family-owned businesses, and folks are facing financial hardship, but also a very troubling increase in anti-Asian and anti-Black racism. And I think you, Richard, have an important anecdote to share about standing up for others in the community during times of heightened racism. And specifically, during World War II, your family was among the 120,000 Japanese Americans who were unconstitutionally incarcerated. So can you tell us why they were able to return to their business and thrive for so many years thereafter?
Well, first, I'd like to give a shout out to John Heinlein, who in 1887 welcomed the Chinese to designed and constructed a Chinatown between 6th and 7th Street, where there's new construction right now. Despite opposition, he did it. He built it out of bricks. And then about 3 years later, in 1890, the Japanese settled next to Highlandville. We're very fortunate that J.B. Peckham helped the Japanese acquire property. And so with Kogura Company, in 1928, he helped them acquire the Sashi Company assets. And in 1934, he acquired the Sakura Shoten property, which is where they're located now on 231 Jackson. Those other photos are from 1910, showing what the building looked like before my grandpa remodeled. The important thing was, after J.B. Peckham helped with personal ownership, he looked out after the property during internment, collected rents, paid property tax and insurance, and made sure that when it was legal for the Japanese to return to San Jose, the lease was up. It was now in the hands of our family. So not just our family, but many other families in Japantown, he took care of their properties, which is why I believe we have a Japantown, because we had personal ownership and somewhere to come back to.
Right. And that's pretty extraordinary, given the opposition during that time to Asian immigrants in this country. And you mentioned San Jose Japantown is celebrating its 130th year this year. And there's a lot going on in terms of new development there. Can you tell us about the new construction that's taking place and how you and others are trying to honor the legacy of John Heinlein and J.B. Peckham?
So right now, the Japantown Business Association, the Japantown Community Congress, and the Neighborhood Association have all supported the nomination of the new park as Highlandville. It is going to go up to our city council for vote. So we're hoping to have that support. We have the support of our city councilman, And I'm pretty sure our mayor supports us. But I'd also like people to come visit Japantown. And
yes, I was just going to ask you, how can people who are watching support businesses like Kogura Company and Japantown, other Japantown businesses?
Well, with my sister, she's fixing up the inventory and getting things ready for the fall. But stores like Nikkei Traditions are open on the weekends. Please check their Facebook page, and all the restaurants with takeout. So please patronize our restaurants and our other shops.
You don't have to tell me twice to eat some Japanese food. But thank you so much, Richard, for being here tonight and sharing part of your family history. It's a really good reminder for us to advocate for each other and support our cultural businesses during this time. To conclude our program, we present you with a special piece Shirley actually asked me to help her film a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. It's a contemporary approach to a Koto ensemble honoring a popular set of books, which became a hit HBO series. We'll see if you can guess what it is and how quickly. It features Isabella Kazuai-Liu, Shirley Kazuyo Muramoto, Brian Mitsuhiro Wong, and Vince Delgado on the Egyptian tabla. Here it is. That's it for our second presentation of NextGen Geijutsuka. It goes by so fast. Thanks again to our artist, Isabella Kazuai-Liu, who like to say a few words to her friends and family.
I just want to say thanks to all my friends and family who are watching. And thank you guys all for supporting me through all the years that I've been playing Koto. And I love and miss you guys.
And hopefully many more years of playing Koto. It's really amazing, amazing treat to listen to you. So please join us for our third episode next week, Tuesday, July 14th at 8 p.m. Pacific time, featuring an amazing duo of shamisen musicians, Kyle Abbott and Sue Benjamin. I'd also like to let everybody know who had a case of FOMO about missing out on the Obon dance last week. We've decided to open up video submissions again for those of you who want to participate in another grand finale of Niji or Rainbow, the song people were dancing to, for our final episode. And you can check out our website, nextgenjca.com, for more information. I also want to thank Richard again for joining us live tonight, and a very special thank you to our sponsors, the San Francisco Japantown Foundation and the Berkeley Japanese American Citizens League, who made this series possible. Thank you all for joining us again this week. Have a great week and see you next time. Mata ne!